Coach, you just were talking. You took 2 of 3. You had to be happy about that, and against conference opponents on top of that. So, as you look at the past weekend, I'm sure you consider it a pretty successful weekend.
I think it was. Like I mentioned last week, we were coming off a lot of injuries. We have a couple kids out. We had, at one point, 4 starters out of our lineup. So, I was really happy with the way kids stepped up. Played hard. Even the game we lost, I thought the effort was there. I thought we played hard every pitch. And I was really pleased with the Crookston win because that's a much improved program. I thought we pitched really well in that game. I mean, like you could literally, I always go back to the game and think about, okay, how many at-risk pitches did we throw, try to limit hard hit balls, and really I think we had, one big mistake pitch that ended up over the left field wall, but beyond that, I thought Zoya threw a great game, and Roxanne was really good for 2 innings, so very happy with that.
And then how about hitting wise? I know you're happy with your lineup. Did they come through again for you then?
Yes and no. I thought we had a decent start. We stranded a lot of runners over the weekend. I think we had bases loaded. Runners in second and third twice with no one out, and bases loaded with no one out, and just need to put a ball in play. We didn't. So there were a couple things that I think were out of character for our group. But that's the game too. You can't. I don't think you can overreact to those moments. It's frustrating, but overall the approach has been good, and our kids know they can hit. Sometimes that's just the game.
Mm-hmm. How about being indoors? Would that affect at all your first time out?
We're used to it, obviously, from just a practice standpoint, but I'm really happy with the way the kids have responded defensively. On the turf, you get higher hops, right? And I just, with my background in Minnesota, with travel ball, you'd see kids start, with getting their glove down early and playing low to ground balls, and then as the winter progresses, you spend more time on turf, you'd slowly start playing higher and higher, which worries you when you go back to dirt. And we've been really disciplined. Grant Ponder, our assistant coach, worked with infielders a lot. He's done a great job just reinforcing early glove touch and playing low regardless of surface. And it's that discipline's paid off. Actually paid off down in Vegas too. We were not making the errors that we saw a lot of other teams make. So I'm very happy with the defensive discipline when it comes to mechanics, and I think that bodes well for when we do get back outside. So yeah, very happy with that.
You talked about how Zoya is so important to your pitching rotation and your team in general. How satisfying was it to see her come on in relief on Sunday and, for the most part, shut down Crookston's lineup?
It was good. She made a lot of good pitches. Again, that's a good hitting team. They'll destroy a mistake. But you say pitchers, right? You just make pitches, we'll make outs. And I think there are 2 big moments. One, just had a couple of key strikeouts when we needed it, where she really, managed to spin the ball well, but also really push the edges of the zone and get hitters to chase. And then Isis Cabral had a great catch in left field, and that's a big left field in the dome. I think it's at least 210 out there, and that was just a momentum-changing play. And it's one of those things you see in practice all the time, and you want to see it show up. And that was sort of a clear example for our younger kids too. See preparation show up in a big moment. I thought Isis was big there defensively, and there were times I think our pitching really picked up our hitting. We didn't get the big hit when we needed it, but we managed to scratch out a couple runs, and our pitching was big down the stretch, and just very poised. And that was different for our first weekend. We saw nerves, and we missed spots a lot, and leadoff walks, things of that nature. And last weekend, Zoya had a presence in the mound and attacked hitters with her best stuff, and I was really happy with that approach.
You have a couple of weeks off now. Do you like having that week off now, or how?
I do. It's just nice to compartmentalize, or periodize the season, right? So sort of spring training, and then you get the dome season, and then we get regular season. So for us right now, 2 weeks to get healthy, to reinforce mechanics, hopefully get our bats going the way they were in Vegas. Just kind of stoke the confidence that comes through preparation. So it's a chance to go back to work, and as I've said before, this group likes to practice. We're practicing really well. I love our practice culture. I think it's a chance to go back to basics and again just build confidence the right way. So yeah, we're actually looking forward to the 2 weeks.
A little bit bigger tournament coming up in the next weekend with a little less conference foes.
Right.
What do you kind of look like in terms of competition?
Well, it's going to be fun to see Mary just as the in-state rival. we'll see Crookston twice, and again, I just have a lot of respect for what Travis has done with that program. They'll be out to get us after losing a heartbreaker to us this last weekend. So I think we'll have our hands full there. But it's going to be good to get back to work. But like I said, having 2 weeks to prepare for it, I think that's a strength because our kids they're good practice athletes, and I think we're just looking forward to getting better. And that's been really the mantra all year: is work hard, get better. So 2 weeks to prep for it feels good.
Can you talk about the play of Lauren DeGuzman, a freshman? She had an excellent trip down in Vegas and then followed it up this weekend. And she played time in the outfield and the infield, but she's been stellar at the plate as well.
Yeah, she's just a great athlete. She's a really complete five-tool kid in a very true sense of that phrase, right? She's played good defense. The fact that we lost our shortstop and had to shuffle people around, and she's the first kid we went to kind of plug a hole. So it goes from right field to second base, and moves well out there. Has made a routine plays and some very some tough plays as well. And then obviously at the plate, she's just a ball player. She finds ways to put balls in play. She's got the capacity to hit tough pitches, and not everyone can do that. So, very low swing and miss rate. She can steal bases. She can bunt her way on. And she can drive the ball, so could not be happier with that. Not surprised at all. Having watched her over the summer, I knew she was going to be a pretty special kid here, and she's off to a great start. And, couldn't have a nicer kid too. She's just a great teammate.
Earlier on, you kind of mentioned a couple weeks ago, going back to maybe concerns about the pitching staff. How happy were you with both Roxanne, Zoya, and the whole staff giving up less than 10 runs combined?
Right, and I think our first pitch strike percentage went up. We're just much more competitive. We talk a lot about getting ahead, but then throwing pressure pitches, right? Pitches that put pressure on the hitter to swing or take. And Roxanne did a really nice job of that, of hitting spots where we're avoiding kind of the nitro zone with hitters, but putting pressure on them to swing or not. So I was really happy with the way she changed speeds and hit spots. And likewise with Zoya, I think they kind of found their strengths and leveraged those strengths against hitters. We just limited our mistakes, and I think that's honestly from a arm talent standpoint, I don't think we have the arm talent that a lot of our conference opponents have, but if we're disciplined and can get ahead, it makes a world of difference. So I was happy with the buy-in, I was happy with the work going into the weekend, and very happy with the results. And also allowed us to give Carly Coughlin a little bit of a break. And she's a kid that I don't think we want hitters to see too much of. I think she's really good one time through the lineup. I think with her arsenal, if she has to throw 120 pitches, I think we're in trouble. So again, we're able to play to her strengths as well. So it's, as a staff, it's kind of contagious. One kid does their job, it sets the others up for success. And I think Roxanne was able to create a contrast to Zoya and vice versa. So that was big for us this weekend.